Welcome to another exciting episode on TLC. Today, I will be talking about a new generation that I do not know if the society is ready to receive. I call them the young and the restless generation. I'll take a quick break, and when I'm back, you would meet my guest. Welcome back, guys. Still on TLC. I have with me Jibola in the studio. Hi, Jibola.
Hi, Toby. How are you today?
Doing?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
You're welcome.
So, Jibola, I just want you to introduce yourself to the guests. Let everyone know you.
Hi, everyone. I'm a marketing professional. I work with Konga as the head of Konga Food, which we just launched about some 3-4 weeks ago. And my career has been around, marketing, media, a bit around from digital media to e-commerce and the rest of it.
Wow.
And and I can tell you, it hasn't been all rosy and interesting.
Oh,
but,
nice.
We're in the space, we're in the market, we're doing what we know how to do best.
Fantastic.
And yes, and we're here today.
All right. Thank you, Jibola. It was nice meeting you. Okay, Jibola, I want to speak. I'm talking about this young generation, and I call them the young and the restless. What generation do you think are called the young and restless?
Restless, young, the Gen Z, but when you say restless, I'll just say, that's a Nigeria factor. I don't expect them to be restless, right? They are young, they are wild, they are free. But the restlessness is a function of the society. So what
age range are we talking about?
Maybe from 2000 all the way to 2022.
So we're calling them 2000 children.
Yeah, or the Gen Zs. Yeah, right.
Okay, so what do you think is best known with this generation we're talking about here?
Just like you said, they're young, they're restless, but I think they are self-aware. Which I think most of them are very much right from a very young age, which is a societal problem. They are able to, they embarked on one hustle or the other. They're able to quickly recognize what their special gift or side hustle is, and instead of them involved in one or two things or the other. So that, and because of the environment, again, they have sharp entrepreneurial skills. They're always willing to try something and try something else. I think they're also opportunity conscious.
Yeah,
so they're willing to, they can always take up opportunities or anything that comes their way. They're ready to try because they don't want to be found wanting or standing. So they want to continually try things and do something new. I think they're, constantly plotting and planning something or the other. Just like I said, they don't want to be found wanting or standing. So you find them a lot of doing different activities just to, whether it's positive or not positive, whether it's legit or not legit, whatever it is, but they want to make sure they are not standing at any time. So they are moving and trying stuff. And that's the period, right? I'd always say, when you're in your 20s, that's when you try things. Once you get to your 30s and you're going up, you probably will need to specialize or focus on something more, and be more specialized in whatever you're doing.
So let me ask you this question. Have you had a direct encounter with any of this generation we're talking
absolutely.
about?
You have them everywhere.
Okay.
Siblings.
So what was your experience like?
I'd say, so I like the energy.
Okay.
Because I think I'm energy conscious.
Yeah.
So for one, even if you look at the average age of my team today, it's around 25, 24, 25. And I'm very deliberate about it, right?
So how do you cope working with them in a corporate place?
So these are people that have short-term needs, short-term goals. So as much as possible, I'm able to, what I do is to incentivize them on a continuous basis. So rather than, they're not looking for, they're not looking for money to pay school fees and the rest of it.
True.
They have immediate needs. They have immediate, wants, things like, I probably have a dinner next week. I have a date this evening. I probably want to buy a PS4. I want a mobile phone. Those are the kind of needs they want. As much as possible, it's about making sure you have things, activities, or probably rewards around them that they're able to snack on or, pick up at any point in time. So if you have that decorated around them, they would love to work around you. They would enjoy that relationship. But the moment they see you or you treat them as per se, you know, the
I'm
adult or
older.
you're old.
Do you understand?
They feel that sense of belonging is not there.
It's not
so I'm
there.
very more conscious. So I'm really more particular about them because I feel the other guys, they've got more problems. They've got more real life challenges.
True.
You know, than the other. So at the end of the day, and the business will never always sort all your problems, especially when you're in Nigeria, where you know that the company or the nation will not solve all of your issues.
True.
But for the Gen Z, I think the immediate needs are still maybe you can contain it to a large extent.
True.
So I kind of focus more on them.
Okay.
And see how I'm able to help them.
Okay.
Have more
so you help them,
interactions.
you mentor them into whatever it is.
Yeah, that's the word. You know, direct daily engagements, just to see what's happening, what's up.
But the communication, how has it been like? Because I know I've had encounter with a couple of them. I know because they kind of resist because they think they know it all already. I have a personal assistant who I think she always have a phone on Do Not Disturb. And I can't call her. She knows I'm trying to call her. So she only calls me back and say, hello, I saw your call. And all. So communication with and I'm like, madam, why do you always have your phone on DND? She's like, once it's past work hour, I do not think I really need to be disturbed anymore. Even during work hours, she would be with me. She would see me, we have the conversation, but within a short span, and I'm calling her, that's when I realized I can get her, and I knew that she had a phone on. So I want to ask, how has the communication been like for you, being where you're working?
Yeah. So just like I said, they're same everywhere. The scenario you just painted, I think I have those kind of stuff, right? And what I typically do, just like I said, is to make sure you decorate rewards around them. Let them say you need to do what you want them to do, right? Let them have that sense of belonging, like something depends on them, like they are the star, not you. And
do they work under pressure?
So working under pressure is relative, right? But typically, how I try to balance that is, you know, sometimes I stretch you when I see you're at that breaking point, or, you know, I see some sort of, you calm me down. So you have to be flexi. At the end of the day with them, they don't like rules.
They don't work. The rules doesn't work for them. That's the thing. They'll tell you, I don't work with rules. I like to do my own thing. But not to worry, I'll get your job done. That's the most important thing. Yes, they get the job done. But do you think the society is actually ready to receive those people? Because I know of organizations who wouldn't still accept Gen Zs coming for interviews. They see them as being too young. And the question some directors will ask, how old are you again? And they roll their eyes to us, like, are you after my age or you're after what I'm ready to offer? You know, I could take I've heard one for interviews say, I could actually take your company from A to Z. And we're like, whoa. Yes, because he's an IT guy, he's a software guy. Yeah. No, I don't like to share my age. That's it. So that's what I'm finding out from you. How do you think the society, the corporate world is ready to receiving these guys? Are they open to it, or do they still think they're young?
To be very honest, I think the scenario you painted, very valid. I think that's how they think, that's who they are, that's how they, that's how they relate even with, whether interviews or no interview, they'll tell you, oh, for one, I'm not available today. Please, can we do it on Wednesday? Maybe 6 p.m.
True. They set the time.
They'll tell you when they're available. So it's there for you to. And they're not going to call you back. They're not going to say, oh, sorry, I wasn't available the last time. Please, can we reschedule?
No.
So
they just expect you to move on.
So conform to their rules.
That's true.
But I feel like only industries that are not rules regulated to a large extent will continue to receive them. And that's why I believe majorly the creative environment, whether it's media or it's entertainment.
Media is really receiving them well.
Because, of course, to a large extent, anything can pop. In media, you can go from 0 to 100 one day. Different thing that, what we used to think are the big things, the things we used to think run, or the formula, just like, there was a time when it was radio, and now it's TikTok for major music promotion is around TikTok promotion. They don't need radio. So a lot of things. So in the media space and entertainment space, I think it's a bit different. So they are not rules, dominated to a large extent.
True.
So I think they will always come to that space.
Okay.
So when it comes to the main corporate world, because they can't conform to rules, you find them do 2-3 years or so months, and they're on to the next thing,
Okay.
you know, probably until they're, you know, old or get to some certain stage, you know, like, okay, wow, reality, what do I do? What's the next thing?
Okay, Jibala, I would, so I have some of these guys, they're going to come, you would see them, and we would continue the conversation with them.
Oh, great.
I'll go on a quick break now, and when I'm back, you would meet my new guest. Still watching TLC, our in-house etiquette coach, Remy Tidema, will be taking us on dining etiquette. Take a look. Welcome, everyone. I have in my studio Soji and Jason. Hi, guys.
Hello.
How you doing?
Very well. Very good.
Jason, how are you today?
I'm very fine.
Why are you looking quiet, though?
I'm not that quiet, actually.
Okay, but you're giving me the look like I'm a very quiet person. Are you a geek guy?
I play basketball. And I also play games, so I'm kind of, you know, somewhere in the middle.
I see.
Yeah.
How are you, Soji?
I'm very well.
Okay, so today I'm actually speaking on young and restless. Would you consider yourself being amongst the generation of the young and restless?
So I'm restless when I need to be.
Okay.
Not
Every
entirely,
time?
Exactly.
All right. Jason, what do you do?
I'm a civil engineer, well, an assistant civil engineer.
Assistant civil engineer. Since when did you start?
Since early 2021.
Well,
early last year, yeah.
How has it been so far?
It's been okay, but then I'd like to have a bigger role in the whole thing because I haven't finished school yet.
Okay.
So
do you agree with it? He's not done with school, but he wants to have a bigger role.
Yeah, but so I typically, when I have such opportunities that I can get, I openly, you know, accept them into the system.
So you think the opportunity is there for you to attain, but they're not giving you such opportunity?
Yes.
Is that the same for you as well, Soji? What do you do first?
I'm a digital marketer.
Okay, so
I'm a student.
You're a student and a digital marketer. And since you've been working, how do you think the society has been able to receive your work?
Like a digital marketer, they expect us to, like, the whole work for a team is given to a digital marketer. They expect you to be the photographer.
Oh, yeah?
The graphics designer.
Guy.
The content guy. And pay you just for...
peanuts.
Exactly.
I understand. And so that means they are looking down on what they are doing. Not looking down on their job, but looking down like I can give him something. I can give him something small and he would accept it.
Because they're students, you know, so what does he need a lot of money for?
Can you imagine?
No, but that's so it's actually so it's a societal issue, right? Typically abroad, you won't have a digital marketer. What you have will be an SEO specialist, a social media manager, a content writer, maybe a retention manager. So and they're like, the concept of digital marketing is broken down into different concepts. So you are specialized in something and not everything. But it's in Nigeria. So that's why I said it's actually it's a Nigerian issue.
So now,
not just because they are you're a Gen Z or maybe because you're young or restless, but it's just it's the environment, really. You find one person doing 2-3 people's roles, and it's paid for one, and it's not even well paid, is not gainfully employed for that one that is supposed to even function in.
So for the people you probably have this job, you take jobs from them. Some of them are bosses, maybe just one or two ahead of you. Do they earn more than you doing the actual job?
Yes, they do.
They do, and they know that you're the core brain behind it, but they don't try to give you the recognition that is due to you.
You know, there's one thing about the older generation. They feel like, okay, I'm giving you this opportunity.
It's always an opportunity.
Exactly. I can always give another person. So just keep quiet and do what.
But it's a circle, right? I think they've also gone through that at one point in their life.
Yes.
So it's like passing on the same energy.
But I would say we were not given the opportunity. We walked ourselves into opportunity.
Yeah, true.
That's the thing. So when I come to a Gen Z, I'm offering the Gen Z a job, I would expect the fact that it's an opportunity. I need you to impress me, and I need you to, you need to wow me when I give you a job. Yeah. And also, but the thing is, people are not willing to really pay for what they are bringing to the table. Jason, do you agree with me on that?
In what way do you?
I said, when you give a job, let's agree to the fact that you being an engineer, you mentioned the fact that you started working last year and there are opportunities that are there that you could have assumed the role, but you think the opportunity has not been given to you. Do you think even if you got that opportunity, they're willing to pay you for it?
I feel like, yeah, because I schooled abroad.
Oh, okay.
So whenever I do have my degree, it's like companies in Nigeria would be looking to hire me.
They're just so willing to hire me.
They would be, yeah.
They will be, but you don't know yet.
I don't know yet.
What do you think, Jibola? Do you think for someone that is that's schooled abroad, do you think...
I think the market value varies per industry, right? So when I see, I don't know what the civil space looks like.
Construction is really big.
It's big, but the challenge is the guys there are not going to take, it's not like they're going to take a back seat, right? At the end of the day. So they will still want you to work your way to the top. I know you're able to do what I'm able to. Maybe I'm your boss, for example. We're able to do the same thing. I'm not going to take a back seat. So meaning I will still expect you, even though I will probably overutilize you, right?
That's it.
But I'll pay you for your level because you're just coming in. So I'd expect that on the role, you would adjust after some time, then I'm able to then possibly one time or the other, or you probably just branch out and do your own stuff. Because that's what I see in the space today. A lot of young guys have their own construction companies. They're doing their own thing. Yeah. You only need the local knowledge, 1 year, 2 years, and see how it runs. And they have 1 or 2 jobs and they just run their stuff on the side. And they're good. And, you know, from there, they start picking jobs and they don't even need you anymore.
Are you looking at doing something like that too, Jesse?
I don't know where I want to settle down yet.
Okay, so you're still in between.
Yeah, between Nigeria and abroad.
Oh, okay. For you, Sergi, what do you think has been the worst experience being young and restless, or being amongst the younger restless generation?
Well, there was a job I volunteered for that job. Okay. But I was supposed to just undo the page, like the Instagram page and everything. So that job was the first time I started as a photographer.
Okay. In between the job, you had to pick up, and start learning.
And I had to go into the field, take pictures, come back, download. So I felt...
Now I understand you.
Exactly.
You were being used.
Though it was a volunteer job, so I felt, okay.
So you volunteered. That means you're not getting paid. It's a pro bono job, right? So I think we should also talk about remuneration if it's actually working as side by side with what people bring on the table. Yeah. I'll take a quick break now, and when I'm back, I will continue the conversation. Welcome back. Still speaking on TLC, discussing with Jason, Sergi, and Jibola, talking about young and the restless generation. So I want to pose this question to you, Jason. How much are you willing to go in for your dreams and what you want to achieve? How much are you willing to do that?
I'm very willing to chase my dreams and everything, but with the whole COVID situation this past few years, being an international student has been really
hard. So that's
hard.
what is standing in your way?
That's the main issue.
Okay.
But with how things are, changing and the world is opening up, it's become easier to, go about finishing my degree.
Okay. Soji, how much are you willing to go to achieving your dream, and what's standing in your way?
Right now, what's standing in my way is, I won't say Nigeria.
Okay, Nigeria happens to everybody.
Exactly, it's happening to me.
Okay.
So currently I'm going through a course in data analysis.
Okay.
But whenever there's electricity,
wow,
there's no data. And whenever there's data, there's no electricity.
Wow.
So I have to balance, and it's slowing down my pace.
Okay.
But still, even if there's Nigeria, we will still survive.
That's true, though. Jibola, I want to ask you this question. What's the biggest role what's the biggest role you've achieved, and, it's a plus to you so far, and you think one of the reasons you were able to achieve that was because you were very persistent, very restless about your dreams?
Oh, well, I think today, I just transited from heading the marketing arm of the business to being a business owner.
Ooh,
and I think
that's a big deal.
There's typically like an entrepreneur, right?
Okay.
And the major issue around all of that is the fact that now you think differently. Mm-hmm. Now you're posed with more problems.
Now you pay salaries.
Now you're checking, you're constantly on, you worry about everybody. They contribute different things on the team. Mm-hmm. Now, as much as possible, you have different, you have different levels and cadres of hierarchy on the team.
True.
But as much as possible, you still need to look after everyone. They report to different people, but
yeah, true.
You also need to look after everyone.
It all boils down to your table.
It all boils down to you, because everything they do forms up your KPI.
That's true.
So as much as possible, you can't afford to neglect or just, abandon anyone on the team.
All right, Jason, I want to ask you, what opportunities are you looking at the society giving you, and how big do you think such opportunities should be for you guys?
Well, I think first of all, it's this education issue in the country. The ASU haven't still called off their strike.
That's true.
And so with undergraduates, it's really hard to find jobs that actually earn you money, because the jobs that are given these days are, you're paying out of your pocket to actually, keep that job. Mm-hmm. And, the experience thing versus, you need the experience to find a job, but you can't find a job because you don't have experience thing is also like a big issue. So if there's a way to like counteract that, I guess it's like the best thing we can do at this point.
Soji, would you be willing to work in the corporate place where you have to wear a shirt and a tie?
I don't think so.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe if the pay is convincing.
So it has to do with the pay.
Exactly.
But how do you like to dress to work?
I can just wear my native to work on Monday.
Is that on Monday?
Monday, Tuesday.
Every day.
Round neck. I don't know. You just want your job, Abby. I should just do your job. Let me just do your job.
So forget about the way I dress.
Don't stress me. Let me do your
He said don't stress. Jibola, he said don't stress.
That's the word. You hear that a lot in the office.
Then don't stress me.
Don't stress me.
I had to... Okay.
I'm overwhelmed.
Jesse, is this the same way you like to dress to work? Would you want to work in a corporate organization where you have to wear the shirt, the suit, and the tie?
Well, the good thing about working in the construction industry is we can wear whatever we want to work.
Okay.
But we just have to wear jeans and a t-shirt at least, and then our safety hats.
Okay.
So I just like being comfortable whenever I'm working, and if I'm in a t-shirt, I'm fine.
So you're not willing to, if you have such a job, well, Soji said he's willing to switch, but if the pay is good, would you be willing?
Yes, of course. If the pay is perfect, then yeah.
So in what denomination are we talking about?
Not Naira.
Oh! Jibola, do you have any final words for us?
No, but to be very honest, if you want to, this is just general advice to the Gen Zs, right? If you want to work in Nigeria, right, and you want to stay in Nigeria, there are a few things I'll just ask you to do. First off, like I said, be very sure of what you want to do.
Okay.
The 20s is your period where you can make mistakes. So be rest assured, try your hands on 1, 2, 3 things to be sure on that very thing you want to do. once that conviction is there, right, the next thing for you is then, you know, stay put and continue to, be consistent. But that's the only way, you know. But if you're working in the corporate world, even though I don't advise it, but as much as possible, make sure you have some sort of skill. Make sure you have some, like, not a side hustle per se, because that competes equally with your job. But have a side skill that you can always explore when you have free time. Have that thing that, you know, is unique to you. I feel everybody has got that genius level talent, that there's something unique about everyone. Try and explore it. Whether you're doing it today, just like I said, I'm in the marketing space today. I study zoology. I have people that work in, you know, for me, and they're probably photographers. Weekends, they have jobs and engagements, doing other stuff. So I feel like, make sure to survive in Nigeria, make sure you have that side skill, something on the side that you're very good at, that you can always explore. So when those trying times come, when your job is not interesting, when you're down, that thing lifts your spirit. And that also helps you with getting additional income. Okay. Yeah, because Nigeria will never pay you what you think you deserve. Whoa. Right? Yeah, rest assured.
That's the word there. Thank you so very much, Ebola, for coming on the show. Thank you, Soji. Thank you, Jason. I really had a nice time with you guys. There you have it, guys. I hope we've been able to convince you, to letting you understand the young and restless generation are yet to stay. Till I come your way, same time. My name is Tobi Jolugbo. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms at The Leading Circle. Bye for now.
Lelo